So today I just got a new Stihl product, something I've been waiting on for some time. I've been using a hand pump for a sprayer around the place here, and it finally wore out, but now I've upgraded to battery packed Stihl backpack sprayer. And I looked at several different brands before I went into the battery operated backpack, and I looked on Stihl to see if they had anything available. And just my luck, just this year in 2022, they just released their first battery operated backpack sprayer, which is the SGA 85 backpack sprayer. And it's pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I've done some research on it, and this thing should get the job done for what I got here on the farm. And I'm going to be going over the Stihl backpack today and give me a quick review on what it is and what it's all about. So looking at the back side of this sprayer, one thing I like is just the heavy duty strapping. Got nylon strapping in the back holding the straps together. You can extend from the bottom, which I'm going to have to do out quite a bit to get it to fit my body size. It's got a nice gripping handle. I don't know what that weighs. I didn't see the specs, but I would say it's a good 8-10 pounds overall on the sprayer itself. Down at the bottom, you got a nice pad for your back. That's plenty thick, and I think will keep you comfortable as you're spraying in the areas you're needing to. Moving to the wand, comes out of its pocket very easy. It has a gauge on top to show you your pressure that you're throwing out, which is nice to see. It also has a brass nozzle at the tip, which should last a long time as well. So fits in really easy, nice and snug. Moving to the front, I love the Stihl symbol, SGA 85 in the front. It's got a nice orange cap, orange stripe there at the bottom. The line hose goes in through the back. Over here is listed liters. On this side goes up to 17, and on the right side is US gallons, and it goes up to 4, so it holds 4 gallons of material. Looking on the inside, it's got a string attached to the cap. This is a filter that brings it all apart, cap and all. Inside the unit there, moving over to the right side. So what we have here is the insert, or the housing for the battery insert. See right in there, and I'll show you that in just a second. This is a spring-loaded door, so it closes on its own when you release. This is the on-off button, and then this is the dial for the strength that you want to throw out of the sprayer. So like I said, very backpack sprayer, and I can't wait to use it. So let's take a look at the battery and the charger that comes with it. So one thing I want to say is I got this sprayer from the local John Deere dealer in Cookeville, Tennessee at Traeger and Equipment. Thank you very much to the folks out there. Appreciate you getting this for me. Just Looking at the battery itself, the box it comes in, this is part number AKKU AP100. So that's what you'll need to run with the backpack sprayer. It's pretty heavy. You're going to need an AL101 charging base. For the charger. Now, one thing the dealer told me to do prior to using is just charge that battery for a couple hours, which should give it full, I don't know if it'd give it full charge or not, but charge it for a couple hours and then run it all the way down the first time, and then charge it back up. But don't keep charging it until it's run through its full cycle the first go around. Not really sure why. I guess it has to do with the battery memory. But anyway, he said that was a big deal. He overemphasized that, so I'll make sure I do that the first go around. So let's pull the battery out of the box. So on the battery itself, it's got a charger indicator here button that tells you how many bars it's charged. It's fully charged. It's got 4 lights lit up there. I did charge it a little bit prior to this video, so kind of see how big and bulky that battery is. That is a heavy duty battery. Looking at the charging station or base, the main side, and then there's the base itself. So just looking at that, the battery fits in there pretty easy. Slides right in there, snaps in, and you're ready to charge. Got some protectors there on the plug-in. But that's it for the charging base station and the battery. So let's put the battery in the unit itself. So Stihl goes on the outside. Open the door. Snaps right in. To take it out, there's 2 little clips right here. You push in and it comes right out. So very nice, easy to do. And then closes. So once you hit the power button, you can hear the pump starting to go. And I won't run this long, but that's it. She's ready for use once I do my mix and load it up with liquid. I've got to adjust these straps so it's ready for me, and I'll do that here in just a few minutes. So I adjusted the straps. One thing I noticed when I put the backpack sprayer on my shoulders is this cross strap for your chest is flexible, so it expands a little bit, so you don't have to adjust that. I don't think you'll have to, but that's a nice feature, so you don't have to adjust your chest strap. So just having this thing on, real quick, I'm looking at the wand and how easy it is to take in and out of the holder there, and then also how easy it is to access the on-off switch, which it is. I can reach that no problem to turn it on and off while I'm using it, so that's good. Just testing this wand, taking it in and out, and it's very easy to grab and pull out as you're using it. You can see there, and then put it back in. That was right back in pretty easy too, so I like it. It feels comfortable on my back. I don't have it filled yet, but just the initial adjustment on my shoulders feels real good, so I'm excited to start using. So just to test it out the first time, I'm going to use just plain water just so I can see how it does with the just get familiar with the spray and how wide it is, how far it reaches, those kind of things. Let's fill this up with water first. I'm going to fill it up to about, let's go to 2 gallons right there. Alright, let's test out this wand and backpack sprayer to see how well it sprays out. I'm going to start with minimum output, and we'll look at the gauge to see what it does there. Yeah, very little flow coming out. Gauge shows right at 1 is what I'm seeing there. So this will be for some light applications in areas that maybe I don't want a whole lot of spray going on. That'd be good for that. So let's move to mid, and that's gonna put me about 4 on the gauge. Oh, that's nice. Nice even spray. Really throwing it out there. Alright, let's go to full power. And that's putting it right at 6, which is max output. Oh yeah, very heavy spray, quick. So that will be for a real quick application and throwing out a good coat. So you can kind of see the difference in the 3, but definitely plenty of power for what I need. And this battery, I'm not for sure how long it'll go on full charge, but I think it's right at 200 minutes, I think is what it does. So I'll have to look that up, but a lot of time on one battery charging. So that's how it sprays. So one thing to add here, just what little bit of test spraying I did with water. I used pretty much 1 gallon of spray output with what I did there. So it throws it out pretty quick, and just wanted to note that. So here's some products I'm going to be using with this backpack sprayer, and it's one of the reasons that I bought it in the first place was I have an issue with Bermuda grass growing in my flower beds, in my landscaping, so I'm going to be utilizing Ornamec 170, which Ornamec kills unwanted grasses around ornamental plants and those kind of things, so that's exactly what I need. The other grass I have is Johnson grass, which is growing in some ditch lines. I'm going to take care of that with this Ornamec as well, so it's selective and it won't kill fescue, those kind of things, and that's what I got it for, to kill common Bermuda grass and also Johnson grass. So with it also I'm going to mix in some surfactant, and I'm also going to be using this blue spray pattern indicator, which will let me know exactly where I've sprayed, so I can save as much of the chemical as I possibly can, because you know, over time this stuff is not cheap at all. So the combination of those three I think is going to give me what I need for the fastest and effective way to treat and get rid of the Bermuda grass and the Johnson grass. I'm also going to be mixing these products in this measuring cup. I love this one because you know, it holds up to 128 ounces. It's a big one, and it also has a nice grip for your index finger and just your hand overall. You always got a good grip there, so I'll be using that as well. So one of the great things about Ornamec is it does target Bermuda grass and tall fescue, and that's what I have in my lawn is tall fescue. So really I'm not too concerned about adding too little or too much of this to the mix. I'm just going to put a little bit in there, and I think it'll do the job to ensure I get the best coverage of the Ornamec. Same goes for the blue spray indicator. I'll just throw a little bit in there and test it out till I get my liking of where I can tell where I've sprayed. So that's really useful, so you don't waste a lot of your material. Alright, so first things first, I always like to put on gloves before I start mixing any of this stuff. So first thing I'm going to do is add some water to my measuring cup here. Get that up to a gallon. This is 128 fluid ounces. And then it calls for 12 teaspoons per gallon. So this little measuring cup here, it goes up to 3 teaspoons, so that'll be 4 of those per gallon. And so let's do that. One, two, three, four. Okay, so I've got one gallon mix already in there. You can see how easy it is to pour from the measuring cup. It really does make it a lot easier when you're mixing this stuff and putting it in the sprayers. So there's 2 gallons right there, and I'm going to be adding 2 more just the same. And then I'll be adding the surfactant and also the blue dye. once everything's in there. Okay, so now I'm going to add the surfactant, and I'm not real worried about how much to put in there, but I think that'll do it. And then the blue dye is next, and I think that'll probably do that. Add just a little bit more in there, and we should be good to go there. So I'll mix that up, and we'll see what that looks like. So you can see the dye is already settling in here. And I'll just kind of move this back and forth just a little bit to rock it. By the time I'm ready to take this to the field, it should be good and mixed up. So there we go. Let's look at this. Alright, so let's look inside here to see what that mix looks like. You can see there it's turned a light blue, so hopefully that will apply well and I'll be able to see where I've been spraying. Like I said, to save on the chemical itself, so that's good. Where I can see some Bermuda grass growing in my lawn here. See it right in there. So the blue dye works pretty good. I can tell exactly where I've been spraying, where I missed. That's gonna work great.